joy to being camping out in the Australian outback in front of a natural spring. When you're camping though, you've got very restricted options for cooking, and you have to use one cooking plate, one pan, so you need something a bit special. Now, because my cooking plate takes electricity, and it's very hard to get electricity in the outback unless you rub two wombats together, the whole thing's just too much of a disaster. The suit gets ruined, so I actually do most of my camping at home. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to do a little bit of camp cooking. It's going to be the most gorgeous dish you've ever seen, and it's going to be at home. One plate, one pan. For the rest of this video, you'll only see the plate and the pan. Alright, here we go with our campfire dish. Take me about 10 minutes to make it. Video should last about 2, thanks to the magic of editing. First, let's start with some tea. This is a green tea ball with a lily flower in it. We'll pop it to one side, let it steep. On with the pan. Olive oil. Quite a lot of salt. Bit of pepper. And some onions. Right. Now, what we've got there is we've got enough salt for the whole dish, not just enough salt for the onions. They just look like a lot of salt. And we'll have those ready in a couple of minutes. A couple of minutes later, and we have our onions partially cooked, well, about 3/4 cooked. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add this rice, which has been rinsed in water. Get all the sort of glutinousness away from it. I'm also at this point going to turn this right down because the stored heat will be enough to sizzle that rice. On this occasion I'm going to add some bacon, diced. There we go, sizzling away. A little bit of garlic I crushed. We're starting to get a bit of a colour on the rice, which is great. So I'm going to add a few more ingredients. Some little cherry tomatoes. A commercial fruit and nut mix. It's a great way to just have a couple of little bits of everything. A few frozen peas. Of course, if you're camping they may not actually be frozen. And then I'm going to add some liquid. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the liquid from my now opened flour ball. So add that in there. Then I'm going to re-steep that. So just run another bunch of hot water in there. There we go, opened up beautifully. Now, because that water's fairly hot, should be boiling pretty well straight away. And once it is, you put the lid on it, and you give it about 5 minutes until all the water's disappeared. While it's cooking, if you take the lid off, you'll make the time go slower and it'll have to reheat. So what I do is I shake it to see whether there's any liquid left. And if it's sloshing around in there, there's still a little bit of liquid left, as there is now. So another minute or so. Alright, it's feeling a bit more solid now. Take the lid off. It's only a couple of minutes. And yeah, there's not a lot of liquid left there, so we're going to give it a good stir. This is the last time we'll really stir it. Then what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to take this beautiful flour ball out. I'm going to put it in the centre, like so. And I'm going to add that gorgeous tea. So there we are. Now that is quite liquid. Never fear, these things will sort themselves out. So we cover it again. Let's get all the rice down from the side. Cover it again, and away we go. This is a great dish to make with your friends at the table. So basically you can sit there, talk to them, and make the dish at the same time. One pot. Right, now this is where it gets mildly tricky. I need to keep checking to make sure that water is disappearing into the rice, as it does. But what I need is I need to be able to make a little incision in the rice and have the water only come about halfway up. So it just needs a little bit more cooking yet. We're at the critical bit. Most of the water's disappeared, but there's just enough covering the bottom. What I do is, because I'm making this for 2 people, I make 2 incisions, round incisions like that, opposite each other. And when I'm happy with them, I'm going to do this. Crack an egg into each one. There you go. There we go. Bit of pepper on top of each egg. Lid on. About 2 minutes. Right, we'll take the lid off, we're done. Not a trace of liquid remains. 2 beautifully poached eggs. And I'm just going to use the back of my fork here to make 2 little holes. I foraged these nasturtiums from a creek bank. Oh, alright, from my herb garden. And I'll stick a nasturtium in there. And a nasturtium in there. Because they're edible. And there you have it. Fantastic 1-pan dish which we're now going to enjoy. So we'll see you next time. So there you go, camping in style. I'll see you next time.